All right, now I'm going to do the infamous ruler, so just follow along if needed. All right, well, it's fun to create things at any size you wish. Sometimes you need to measure an exact distance. In this lesson, you will learn to create an accurate ruler that measures centimeters. Instructions. Let's start with adjusting the snap grid in the lower right corner of the editor. Change it from 1 to 0.25. Great. Okay, 0.25. Done. Next. Drag a box shape to the work plane. Scale it smaller to a height of 2 millimeters. Box. Okay, and then the height is, I'm going to use my keyboard again, 2. And scale it to, now this one, it kind of gets me how it does that, so just pay attention. If I click the bottom one, which you would think would be width, for whatever reason, the height over here is the one that highlights. So just pay attention to where it's highlighting. I don't really want to change the height of it. I want to change the width of it. So I'm in there for some reason. Probably because that's where you would drag. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. See, I get it now. And it's not quite in, so I'm going to use my keypad up, down, right, left buttons to move it this way because I find better control doing that. And slightly up, and then I like to, I'm going to use this up triangle to get that out of my way. I like to kind of just peek at it from all angles to make sure that it actually, looks like it's inside of those lines. Looks good. Next. Drag a cylinder shape to the work plane. Scale it smaller to a diameter of 2 and a height of 60. All right, cylinder. Height of 60. And 2. So I need to get one as well. If I can get in there. Can't quite see the dot because I made it so small now. Oh no. What if when I do this, shift? Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna have to be more precise and zoom in. So I'm gonna click here first and move that to 2. Oh. And I'm gonna zoom way in so I can access. Oh, look, there we go. That's what I needed to do. That button and change that to 2 as well. There's a will, there's a way. All right, and I'm going to put it on top here even if they don't want me to yet. I'm doing it. And look at it from all around. I like to look at it from the bottom. Zoom in. Adjust it a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Home button to see it back up should be. And next. Rotate the cylinder and move it down to the work plane. Okay, copy and paste the cylinder. So there's going to be orange areas, and I really can't see them, but I found them. And they are here. Do you see that? Zoom in more. So if it was unclear where you were supposed to be going, taking a quick peek around, you'll see that this is where they want those to go. Okay, so it says rotate it. We've done a few rotating, and I know that if I click on the object, there's those kind of curved. So I'm rotating it 30 degrees. Nothing happens because that's not actually the one I need to rotate. I need to find another rotation that goes a different direction and set it down. And I know that 90 would be nice and solid there. It doesn't look like it lines up, and that's actually because it's hovering way too high. So remember that you can pop it down like this. Okay, and so we're just going to wiggle it in there and really work to get it perfected. All right, so I'm just moving this one over. I'm using my mouse again, or not my mouse, my keyboard, because I prefer that. Up, right, left buttons. And I'm just kind of pulling it in here, zooming in even more just to make sure things look right, looking from all angles. Well, not quite right there. So I need to lower it just a bit more. And then I need to back it up. Better. Okay. And then it wanted me to copy and paste it so that I can move it to the other one as well. So it's selected, Control C and Control V. There I have two, and I'm going to slide it to the left. All right, bumpers. Next, drag a roof shape to the work plane. Scale it smaller to a height of 2 to a size of 1 millimeter by 20, and move it to the area marked out. Okay, so roof. Doesn't look the same at all right now. Okay, so a height of 2. A 1 millimeter by 20. It already is 20 tall, long, and this one needs to be reduced to 1, which makes sense because if we're making a ruler, we're going to count by 1 millimeters. Okay, and then move it again. Use my little mouse keypad. Don't know what I'm saying. Zooming in and twisting. I'm just really trying to get that right where I want it. Good? Yeah, looks good. Next. Copy and paste the roof shape. Scale it smaller to 1 millimeter by 6 and rotate it. Oh, rotate it because it's upside down. Okay. Control copy, Control paste. I'm going to rotate it first just because I see this. So 180. Again, if I couldn't find that perfect 180, then I would type it in, but I found it okay. And I'm gonna shrink it down to only 6 long. So it's gonna be like those little marks on a ruler, those tick marks in between every, 5 usually. And then I need to shift right key so I can pan. Bring it on up, see what I need to do to get it in here. I think it might be sitting up higher, and copy and paste does that a lot. It pops it up a little higher, so just be warned of that. So I do need to bring it down. Struggling. Oh, that looks good. No, it doesn't. And I really don't expect you guys to be this precise with it. I cannot handle not being. So you are watching me care. Aha, I need to go down lower. That's what's going on. There we go, fits better. Okay. Reason it keeps going back out is I hit the home just because I know I wiggle around a lot. Copy and paste the roof shapes. I think I skipped one. Copy and paste 7 times. Copy and paste the shape, scale it smaller, copy and paste it 7 times. Yeah, okay. So I'm making even smaller ones. Select, copy, paste, move it out of the way so I can see it. And I'm gonna just make 7 of them smaller, same exact process. So click. I don't want it to be 6, I want it to be 3. And I'm gonna move it over. Okay, so I went ahead and did that, copy and paste 7 times, and I moved them into the orange shapes. Next, copy and paste the roof shapes as needed to fill in the remaining orange areas. Okay, don't do one at a time here. See the pattern of tall, little, 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 little 5, little, 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 little 10. Now you're measuring it. I'm going to do what we learned in some other tutorials, which is to click and shift to select each of these another way you can do that is kind of just drag and only select those. So now I have that whole chunk copied or selected. Control C, Control V, and slide it over. Control C, Control V, slide it over. I guess I don't need to copy it again. Same. Control V, slide it over. Control V, slide it over. Control V, slide it all the way back the other way. I know that this last one doesn't have a tall portion, but it's easier just to do it all at once. And then I'm going to click and delete that last part I didn't need. So everything is in there. That looks good. Okay. Next. Now everything is the proper scale. Select all the roof shapes and move them to an area. Okay, so I could do the select, click, 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 but I think it's going to be easier just to take my mouse and draw a little box around all of them. And they're selected. Cool. And move them to where they should be up here. I can't see them because I need to raise them up a little. See how they're too low? I'm going to put them up so I can see them. Ta-da! Next. Drag the number shapes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to the work plane. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. I'm not a basic shape, unless it might be listed in there. But usually I come up here, select down text and numbers. And page 2, because that's still the alphabet. Numbers. 1, 2, 3. I'll line them later. 4, 5. Okay, if I use that align tool from before, so let's highlight them all and say align and line them up right here. At least they're all the same now. Over, over, over. All right, I'm going to do the key and pop in here and make sure each one is perfect. Sorry, will you just watch me do this? Done. Next, select all the numbers and scale them smaller. Tip, press, and hold the shift button while scaling. Okay, I'm going to do it first and not press and hold the shift so you can see. If I don't press and hold shift and I click this, I can make them super short or super tall, but it doesn't keep them proportionate. And so undo. And so that's where hitting shift and pushing it in keeps them locked in that proportion. So that's what that little trick is about. Okay, done. Next, move the numbers to the marked locations. Okay, drag my one. It's too low. You know what I'm going to do so I don't have to move all of these separately? I'm going to highlight them all and lift them up right here. There, I can see them. 1, 2. Now what? Next. Congratulations. Hey, look at that. Some of the main things that I want you to make sure that you're using properly is the undo button if something goes wrong, the keyboard up, down, right, and lefts to move your objects, the snap grid if moving up, down, right, and left is too much of a movement and you want to be more precise, Control C and Control V for copy and paste, and finally the ability to just type the size on your keyboard instead of trying to hover and make that work. Also, if you happen to have a mouse at home that you can plug into your Chromebook, it really is helpful. In the classroom, I have a whole class set of mice for this. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to give those to you before you headed out. So if you have one or if you can get one, it's going to make your life a lot easier. There we go.